After we got a relatively pleasant journey to a convention, the outburst from Lucky Corner seemingly a lot more subdued considering she was gravely ill. I wonder if she's going to try to inject herself into the episode more, considering she missed out. We're going to have to find out, and that also means we're going to hear some more interplay between the friends, and probably some well-deserved mocking. Shall we get into it? It never changes. Do you think they have to amp themselves up to actually start the recording for the day when they have to, arrive for work to start voice acting? And for a brief moment there, the briefest of moments there, I thought about actually reenacting the opening walks. No. On second thought, not a good idea. And what kind of more references are going to be made? Or maybe in Gintama terms, parody? It's a lot easier just to draw silhouettes. Well, that's going to put some fear in some of them. I wonder why time off and celebration means some little bit of weight gain. Akashi. Some relatively traditional types of enjoyment instead of her spending days in front of the computer playing games. Of course she did. Let's not think too much about the last one, but is it really that strange to enjoy various kind of older forms of enjoyment? Especially for a family of like hers. Tricks you into learning. I like mental games though. Ones that make you think. I seriously need it. And I wonder if I'm going to get through this without losing all of my life points. Although I might actually prefer the Shadow Realm than watching some of this. Oh. I'm slowly learning about Japanese culture and festivals and yearly traditions, things like that. My family doesn't really have anything that is a tradition, things to do almost every festive occasion. Not sure if we were meant to. Is that her nose? It's good that you can see that she's... Or was that to show a sense of superiority, that kind of thing there? They must have the opportunity to do pretty much anything they want. Two different ways of taking that statement. Yeah, pretending. I was like, hang on a second, studying? Homework? I think I missed what started this. It seems like a relatively eclectic choice of words just thrown together. What would constitute a dream about a hawk or an eggplant? Oh no. A sense of anxiety, having your stuff missing. And then she goes and steals. I mean, there's been many people trying to figure out the meaning and subtlety behind dreams and the subconscious. I think mine are relatively straightforward. Do you want some of these people representing Japan, though? Of course he is. And while that's also true, she's not too happy about it, there's some people who would appreciate it. Good thing she isn't being interviewed. Is there a case of people becoming strangely ill after not being given money? Ding, ding. We waited for her mind to load and there wasn't enough memory. Had to dump it for some new ones. It would be kind of nice to have like a warmed table just to sit under, but I also don't really have the space for it. So, you'll wake up and you're no longer all toasty and warm? Seems like a punishment. Why was that so smoothly animated, just her agreeing? I mean, battling with the cold is a chore we all have to go through at some point or another. And unfortunately, this is also what it is at the minute. God, she's so sparkling. So, two different ways of seeing the gifting of chocolate there. Personally, I'd probably lean towards it's a bit of a scam, like she said. I mean, why do you have to compress it into a single day? If you're going to do something like that, pretty much any day of the year is fine. So her route is never going to be completed, is that what she's saying in this dating game that is Lucky Star? It's an easy way to visualise everything. If I had stats to show off my progress through life, I would be very depressed. Herself. The teacher? In-game item. I'd say it counts. I see no issue with this. Yeah. I mean, is there an issue? Why is she in awe of this? I mean, she was stood up as like a paragon of moe earlier. No one can snap her out of it and put her down, can they? Didn't expect that. A lot of effort went into that one. For your own protection. Since she was at it. It's almost as if what was he having an argument about? Being tsundere? Of course. And is all this in someone's imagination? It's coming out of nowhere. There you go. There we go. For a silly, like, one-off joke, that bright-haired guy is quite funny. I don't remember a time when any, like, extended family have had to come and visit for a while. At least not stay in my house. Although there was the side of the family that live in Australia came down to visit for, I think, like 6 months. Can't remember when they actually stayed. Wasn't too close. I would lay like that on the desk, but then I wouldn't be able to watch. I mean, there is a lot of business and money to be made in front of a computer. Unfortunately, it also means there's a lot of games and things to distract you. Yeah, sitting in front of a computer. The worst thing possible. She's back. We weren't ready. You're going to force her to buy something. By the time they finished this team meeting, she'd have wandered off. Initiate trap A. They've just thrown a load of chaff in the air. It's good for distracting us slightly. Yeah. If anyone is actually this enthusiastic over their job for a single customer, well, it's definitely not the UK's customer service. They are leading her so thoroughly. He's now camping out in the aisle. Yep, but she hasn't started towards the register yet. Might just be reading the summary on the back. The amount of mental damage she's causing them. Swing. Is this legal? Can you hypnotize your customers into spending money? Almost there. For 3 yen. A small run business would probably just waive that fee. But why have you got drills? This is not safe for her. Well, for anyone else near her, actually. Doril. No wonder he feels so nervous again. What did it feel like she's hinting at something? I can't tell. Praise him. Is she actually going to She has a habit of not putting things up the right way. I wonder why the actual show is more important than the aftermath little joke section. She's a real idol. I want a figure of him. That would go really well along my non-existent collection. By isn't that? Can she just walk off? Wah. What an amazing voice. The landscape is quite nice though. Not really calm waters. I'm not actually that surprised. I think Gintama's destroyed my sense of what seems strange. Readily agreed to be in the production. The only thing that I slightly disagree with here is the overuse of the replaying a few seconds. Duck hero. And maybe the sound effects. Of course we'd give him a gentle embrace. Next time, do it properly. Go in the water. Get up. I don't know if I want to see more of that. But as a first foray into splicing in some live action, they really did have a lot of budget for that. At least we have learned a very valuable lesson in this episode. The way to stave off a alluring, almost hypnotizing gaze of a salesman is to not carry money. And if you are going to give out friendship chocolates, I'd be very willing to receive them. But no matter how you celebrate different occasions, whether it be your cultural tradition, borrowing from another region, or doing nothing really at all, just sitting on your computer playing games or watching TV, Or they all seem good to me. And I might have learned, although it is a tenuous connection, if someone is so emphatically trying to get your attention on a certain aspect, like a new hair ornament, it's probably best not to ignore it. Although in this occasion, it actually ended with a lot less bloodshed than I imagined. Maybe she's been going to some anger management classes. But Lucky Star is one of these anime where it doesn't have a lot going on in the way of like cinematography, different camera movement. But some of the angles it decides to take are intriguing. Cutting off the bottom half of the face, leaving lots of room for emphasis marks. And pulling in different animation styles when it suits them. You know, the anime Tensho, for instance. And is it really that weird to play a game with a differing gender than your own? If it is, I may be in trouble. Although I don't know how I feel about Kanata and her online marriage to... Well, I was going to say some random game character, but it's not. There's actually a person behind it. Maybe everything's fine. Maybe the teacher can ask her for a few pointers. If you enjoy Lucky Star, let me know down below. If you leave a like on the video, and maybe even a comment, you can help me and the channel grow to even greater heights. One where we may be free from the fear of reprisal in case anyone decides to walk out. But still, if you want to make sure not to miss future episodes of Lucky Star, and believe me, there will be future episodes, maybe consider subscribing. Completely free, cancel whenever you want. More anime. That could be a good thing. For now, get yourself some rest. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you in the next one. If you're too embarrassed to hand over chocolates directly, maybe tuck them in my channel's shoe locker and run away before being found out. But if that seems like too much of an effort, there's also my Patreon. And I really need to thank Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Girly, Saltytron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow, 7899 and everyone else. Because with all of these lovely snacks, I'm going to be fed for a while.